2023 Volkswagen id.4 review. The Volkswagen id.4 is a practical electric SUV with a roomy, high-tech interior, excellent safety scores, and more than enough range for the daily commute. Pricing starts at $37,495 before tax credits. In the growing field of electric SUVs, one of the most practical and value-conscious choices is the Volkswagen id.4. It has the utility of a compact SUV with a roomy interior with the benefit of an all-electric powertrain. It may not have the 300-plus mile range of some of its rivals, but it's on the more affordable side of its class, and it still has more than enough range for daily use for most drivers. Other perks include an IIHS Top Safety Pick and designation and impressive standard tech features like the id.Drive Safety Tech Suite, a 12-inch infotainment system with navigation, and a wireless charging pad. The VW id.4's chief rivals include the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia F6, and Toyota bZ4X. 2023 Volkswagen id.4 pricing. With the 62 kWh battery, the Volkswagen id.4 has a starting MSRP of $37,495 for the standard trim and $42,495 for the S trim. The single-motor models with the 82 kWh battery start at $42,495 for the Pro trim, $47,495 for the Pro S model, and $50,195 for the Pro S Plus trim. On the Pro, Pro S, and Pro S Plus models, you can upgrade to the dual-motor AWD powertrain for an extra $3,800. A $1,295 destination fee applies to all id.4 models. These pricing figures are before any federal or local tax incentives kick in. Depending on where you live, the price can come down significantly. The id.4 is one of the most affordable electric SUVs in its class. The Chevrolet Bolt EUV has a lower starting price, but it's also quite a bit smaller than the id.4. Other reasonably affordable options in this class include the Kia F6, Hyundai Ioniq 5, and Toyota bZ4X. Driving the 2023 Volkswagen id.4. The Volkswagen id.4 is an agreeable SUV to drive. If you're unsure about making the leap into an EV, the id.4 will make it a painless transition. This quiet electric powertrain has smooth power delivery and snappy acceleration. The low center of gravity gives this SUV good handling in sporty driving and highway cruising alike. A few different drive modes, Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Custom, change the character of the id.4 based on your preferences. The id.4 offers livelier acceleration than the average gas-powered compact SUV, but it's not the sportiest choice in its class. The single-motor configuration is adequate for most drivers, but the dual-motor AWD models will be preferable to enthusiasts looking for exciting performance in a practical EV. They also offer better all-season traction on snowy roads than single-motor RWD models. Interior comfort. The inside of the Volkswagen id.4 is conservative, which is typical for the brand, but it's also decidedly high-tech. A 12-inch touchscreen is the interior's centerpiece, and a digital gauge cluster complements it. The interior is upgraded for 2023 with standard melange fabric and leatherette seat side bolsters rather than the simple cloth upholstery that was standard in earlier model years. The two color scheme options are stone, black and gray, and nutmeg, brown. On the S models, you get a leatherette interior in your choice of Galaxy, black and gray, or Cosmic, gray and blue. The interior space is pretty generous for an SUV of this size. It has adult-friendly back seats and a good amount of cargo space. A high cargo floor can make it a little challenging to load and unload, but it has 30.3 cubic feet of space behind the back seats and 64.2 cubic feet with the back seats folded down. Exterior styling. The design of the Volkswagen id.4 is modern and stylish, but it isn't too showy about being an EV. To the untrained eye, this might look like a regular gas-powered SUV, which is good if you're trying to be subtle. There are 8 paint options and 3 new wheel designs for 2023. The S models get 20-inch wheels and illuminated front and rear VW emblems. A styling upgrade this year for every id.4 is gloss black highlights on the front bumpers. The size of the Volkswagen id.4 is in line with mainstream compact SUVs like the Toyota RAV4 and Honda CR-V. In the Volkswagen SUV lineup, the id.4 sits between the Taos and the Tiguan in overall size. The most similarly sized EVs are the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia F6, and Toyota BZ4X. Favorite features. 1. iq.drive. The standard iq.drive suite of driver assistance tech features bundles adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and more. 2. id.light. This tech feature gives the cabin of the id.4 a futuristic feel. It's a light strip under the windshield designed to intuitively assist the driver and passengers. It uses light pulses signaling whether the car is ready to drive, which direction to turn based on navigation data, and whether the battery is charging. 3. Discover Pro Max Infotainment System. The id.4 boasts an impressive standard infotainment system with a vibrant 12-inch screen loaded with navigation with voice control, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and more. Other standard tech features include wireless device charging and a digital gauge cluster. 4. DC fast charging. Every id.4 comes with 3 years of complimentary DC fast charging at Electrify America stations. Electrify America expects to have more than 1,700 charging stations, with more than 9,500 chargers, by the end of 2025. 5. 2 battery options. If you can live with a range of a little over 200 miles on a full charge, the id.4 now offers a 62 kWh battery to keep this EV affordable. If you need extra range, an 82 kWh battery is still available. 6. Impressive safety scores. The Volkswagen id.4 earns a 5-star overall safety rating from the NHTSA and the coveted top safety pick and rating from the IIHS. These awards factor in crash testing and standard driver assistance features that can prevent or mitigate an accident. Engine and transmission. There are 3 electric powertrain options in the Volkswagen id.4. The new base powertrain for the 2023 model is a single motor setup with a 62 kWh battery pack. It's upgradable to an 82 kWh battery pack available in a single motor RWD or dual motor AWD configuration. The dual motor id.4 yields better performance but slightly worse range numbers compared to the single motor setup with the larger battery. Single electric motor. 62 kWh lithium-ion battery pack. 201 horsepower. 229 lb-ft of torque. EPA city/highway fuel economy, TBD. Range on a full charge, estimated 208 miles. Single electric motor. 82 kWh lithium-ion battery pack. 201 horsepower. 229 lb-ft of torque. EPA city/highway fuel economy, 116 mpge/98 mpge, Pro, 110 mpge/93 mpge, Pro S. Range on a full charge, 275 miles, Pro, 262 miles, Pro S. Dual electric motors. 82 kWh lithium-ion battery pack. 295 horsepower. 339 lb-ft of torque. EPA city/highway fuel economy, 106 mpge/96 mpge, AWD Pro, 100 mpge/90 mpge, AWD Pro S. Range on a full charge, 251 miles, AWD Pro, 245 miles, AWD Pro S. KBB Vehicle Review and Rating Methodology. Our expert ratings come from hours of both driving and number crunching to make sure that you choose the best car for you. We comprehensively experience and analyze every new SUV, car, truck, or minivan for sale in the US and compare it to its competitors. When all that dust settles, we have our ratings. We require new ratings every time an all-new vehicle or a new generation of an existing vehicle comes out. Additionally, we reassess those ratings when a new generation vehicle receives a mid-cycle refresh, basically sprucing up a car in the middle of its product cycle, typically around the 2 to 3 years mark, with a minor facelift, often with updates to features and technology. Rather than pulling random numbers out of the air or off some meaningless checklist, KBB's editors rank a vehicle to where it belongs in its class. Before any car earns its KBB rating, it must prove itself to be better, or worse, than the other cars it's competing against as it tries to get you to spend your money buying or leasing. Our editors drive and live with a given vehicle. We ask all the right questions about the interior, the exterior, the engine and powertrain, the ride and handling, the features, the comfort, and of course, about the price. Does it serve the purpose for which it was built? Whether that purpose is commuting efficiently to and from work in the city, keeping your family safe, making you feel like you've made it to the top or that you're on your way, or making you feel like you've finally found just the right partner for your lifestyle. We take each vehicle we test through the mundane parking, lane changing, backing up, cargo space and loading, as well as the essential acceleration, braking, handling, interior quiet and comfort, build quality, materials quality, reliability.